So I'm continuing on the series of podcasts looking at our the skeletal system. Right now we're looking at a hand, and we'll discuss some of the major features of the hand, some of the major regions, some of the major bones, and especially the carpal bones. The hand is composed of three regions: the bones of the wrist, or the carpals, the bones of the palm, or the metacarpals, and the bones of the fingers, or digits, the phalanges. So carpals, metacarpals, and phalanges. The digits are numbered from the thumb to the pinky. The thumb is often referred to as the pollex, digit 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Note that each phalange is actually made up of individual bones, of smaller bones called phalanxes. Except for the thumb or the pollex, which is made up of 2, the rest have 3. So we have, on the rest of the fingers, we have a proximal, middle, and distal phalanx. On the thumb is just a proximal and distal phalanx. Note as we come down through these regions, again, our metacarpals 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to look a little bit more closely here at the bones of the wrist, or the carpal bones. As I zoom in just a little bit, as we talk about these, let's focus in just a little bit here and discuss these in depth, so we can have these primarily as the only things in our field of view, and remind ourselves here is the thumb coming down. And we're going to start with this bone here. We always start with the distal, with our proximal row here. We come underneath the thumb with this first one, the scaphoid. Then we come to our lunate. Then we come to our triquetrum. And underneath triquetrum, you will see the much smaller pisiform, as you can see him here. So you can see the pisiform here. So again, ranging here, scaphoid, lunate, triquetrum, pisiform. Then we come underneath the thumb and remind ourselves the trapezium is under the thumb. Trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, hamate. So with those bones ranging from proximal to the distal row, from thumb to pinky, back to thumb, back to pinky here, remind ourselves again that the pinky has a special name called the digiti minimi that I did not previously mention here. And let's go back and look here at our, now from the anterior surface of the palmar surface, and we'll start one more time with scaphoid, lunate, triquetrum, the smaller pisiform. Back here, trapezium is under the thumb, trapezoid, capitate, and hamate. And note on the anterior surface that the hamate has a little hook on it, the hook and hamate. So as we continue to look at this thing, remind ourselves one more time that we have these surfaces just as before we end with this section. This is your posterior surface of the hand, the back of the hand, the anterior surface, or the palm of the hand. And as we look at those structures, it's pretty evident then that you would know these carpal bones from both anterior to posterior. So please take a look. Always review your structure sheets. Always ask your lab instructors if you have any questions on some of these structures that you're seeing. And always consult your notes and what they expect you to understand. Note this may be only a small part of what's on your structure sheet. These things are subject to change. So I hope you find these assistant videos helpful, and continue to look at more of them as we go to discuss other parts of the skeleton. And this concludes our podcast looking at the hand.